SMU and Louisville, ACC matchup here. We've got Louisville 7-point home favorites, 57 the total. Yeah, we were concerned about Louisville last week, just that, you're going on the road. This is the best team you've played. I thought they hung in there. And even in a losing cause last week against Notre Dame, Tyler Shuck played pretty well. That's a pretty tough assignment. That's a very good secondary that Notre Dame has. And, he kept battling. He brought him back. He had 3 touchdowns, only one. He did have 1 interception, but he still had more good than bad, 264 yards through the air. He's a good quarterback. And we said that. He just needs to stay on the damn field and not get injured again. He can play, Tyler Shuck. And that's why Texas Tech and Oregon wanted him. And he played a solid game. Unfortunately, the defense struggled for the most part. 163 passing yards to Riley Leonard. The run game was pretty successful in that one. At the end of the day, what really hurt, Notre Dame did fumble it twice, but so did Louisville. And then they had the 1 interception, so they did lose the turnover battle. But it was a sloppy game both ways. I thought it was a decent effort on the road there against a pretty good Notre Dame team. Now you come back home and you face a resurgent Connor Mack SMU team. SMU, we were wondering, what's wrong with this team? You barely beat a bad Nevada, rebuilding Nevada team. You lost as 12.5-point favorites at home to BYU. Well, here's the problem. The offensive line was bad. It was really bad early in the year, and so was Preston Stone at quarterback. Well, you look at the 2 games since Connor Mack, the bye week, TCU and Florida State. Now, I think we can argue TCU is not great this year, and we know Florida State's just had a complete disaster of a season so far. So you don't want to go crazy overrating those wins. But I think what I noticed for SMU in those 2 wins is the offensive line's protecting a lot better. They're opening up more holes for the run game, and that Kevin Jennings is just a much better fit for this offense because his mobility takes a lot of stress off that offensive line, and we're seeing that. He's played pretty well at the quarterback spot here in 2 games for this SMU team since he became the undisputed number 1 quarterback the last couple weeks. 5 touchdowns. You know what the best number is for Kevin Jennings? No interceptions. No picks in the last 2 games against TCU and Florida State. So I don't know. I've cashed tickets twice in a row. CMAC with SMU. I took him against TCU off the bye. I thought it was a good spot. They were a slight home dog in that game. Get back on track. And then I took him against Florida State last week. I laid the 5.5, 6 with SMU. They rewarded me again. I'm tempted to come back to SMU here. This is tougher. You're on the road now. And Louisville's pretty good, especially through the air. How will that SMU secondary hold up? That is worth noting, too, with SMU. Secondary is giving up 222 through the air. And they've been better against the run, SMU, on defense. And that's the place you may not want to be weak, facing Tyler Shuck and Louisville, is being weaker against the pass on defense. So that does concern me here for SMU. I still lean to them, though, +7. This is another one. I hate to be a broken record after the last couple of games where we're both liking overs, but I pretty much lean that way here too with SMU and Louisville. Because if Louisville can throw on SMU, and I think there's a possibility they will be able to, this game probably goes over the total. Because I think SMU's much improved offense can probably get some stuff done here against Louisville's defense as well. CMAC, what do you think here? SMU, Louisville.
Yeah, I mean, like this one, I was like rushing there, but this one could get there to the over. I think I don't make a Louisville's defense. I think it's all right. Both these teams, I think are pretty average on defense. Even the Georgia Tech game, Georgia Tech made so many mistakes, or that game should have been. I think they would have been, right there in the 30s. That was 31-19, the way they moved the ball there. And I've been impressed. SMU, I know the BYU lost, but we've seen BYU start the year pretty solid. Maybe that doesn't look so bad now, Havana, but these 2 wins, Florida State just in shambles. DJ threw 3 picks. And on the flip side, though, Jennings, the clean sheet. If he's clean again, they're in this football game. I think so. They're right there. If he has some mistakes here on the road, I think Louisville could win and cover. I think this is a gettable game. Louisville wins, but I don't really want to lay a touchdown. It's just stay off for me. And I don't know if I can get there with SMU +7 with their defense.
I would agree. I don't like SMU as much this week as I did last week or against TCU. No, because I respect what Louisville could do offensively. I think they could have some success here against SMU. So I would probably play SMU small, and I probably will add the over.
Man, that offense looked good, though. I know it's TCU, horrible, but 66, and even Florida State 42, but it looked a lot better.
Yeah, made the right call. Kevin Jennings is just the better fit. And plus, Preston Stone was awful. He was abysmal early in the season.
So early on, he was just rough.
Yeah, it's the right call.